October 5, 1939, marked the finalization of significant geopolitical shifts in Eastern Europe. As the Polish campaign drew to a close, Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union formalized their control over the occupied territories, effectively erasing Poland from the map. This date also saw Soviet diplomatic maneuvers in the Baltic, as Latvia was pressured into signing a mutual assistance pact with the Soviet Union, allowing Soviet troops to be stationed on its soil. These events solidified the Nazi-Soviet partnership that was reshaping Europe. Military events. The final movements in Poland. By October 5th, most organized Polish military resistance had collapsed, with only small isolated forces continuing to resist in various pockets of the country. The Battle of Kock was one such instance, as General Franciszek Kleeberg's independent operational group Polsy remained engaged with advancing German forces. While this battle continued until October 6th, the military situation in Poland was dire. On this day, Adolf Hitler also made a symbolic gesture by attending a military parade in Warsaw to celebrate Germany's victory. The German occupation was now firmly established in the western half of Poland, while Soviet forces occupied the eastern territories, completing the partition that had been secretly agreed upon in the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Diplomatic and geopolitical developments. Latvia signs the Mutual Assistance Pact. Perhaps the most significant diplomatic event on October 5th was Latvia's signing of a 10-year mutual assistance pact with the Soviet Union. Under this agreement, the Soviet Union gained the right to establish military bases on Latvian soil, with 25,000 Soviet troops being stationed in Latvia. Stalin promised to respect Latvia's independence, but this was seen by many as the first step toward a broader Soviet annexation of the Baltic states, similar to what would happen later to Lithuania and Estonia. This Soviet pressure on the Baltics was a direct result of the partition of Poland, as Stalin sought to expand Soviet influence and secure a buffer zone in Eastern Europe. The Mutual Assistance Pact was part of a broader Soviet strategy to solidify control over the Baltic region, which was becoming increasingly important in the context of the unfolding war. International reactions and media coverage. The events of October 5th garnered widespread media attention. In Nazi Germany, the victory parade in Warsaw was heavily publicized by the regime, emphasizing the military prowess of the Wehrmacht and presenting the partition of Poland as a necessary step in the reorganization of Eastern Europe. German newspapers portrayed Hitler's appearance in Warsaw as a display of strength and triumph. In contrast, in Britain and France, the fall of Poland and the expanding Soviet influence in the Baltics were met with deep concern. British and French newspapers criticized their governments for their perceived lack of action in supporting Poland during the invasion. The Times in London featured editorials questioning the effectiveness of the so-called phony war, as the Western Allies had done little to engage Germany on the battlefield. In the United States, reports of the Soviet takeover of military bases in Latvia further fueled debates about the role America should play in the conflict. Public opinion remained largely isolationist, but there were increasing calls for a revision of the Neutrality Act, especially after the capture of the American ship city of Flint by a German raider in the North Atlantic on October 4th, which continued to influence American discourse. Projections. The impact of October 5th on the war's future. The developments of October 5, 1939, underscored the growing strategic importance of Eastern Europe and the Baltic region in the unfolding global conflict. The partition of Poland and the Soviet Union's moves in Latvia set the stage for further territorial expansion, with Soviet eyes already on Estonia and Lithuania. For Nazi Germany, the military victory in Poland freed up resources for future campaigns, particularly as Hitler began to turn his attention toward the West. For the Allies, October 5th was a stark reminder of the aggressive expansionist policies of both Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union. The failure to prevent the fall of Poland highlighted the inadequacies of Allied military planning and foreshadowed the challenges they would face as the war expanded.